True, in a game like Sims 4, it can be challenging sometimes to come up with ideas to create Sims for a new game. Sure, the game really allows you to create some beautiful creatures and customize them a lot, but with 3 personality traits only allowed and a kind of a shallow gameplay that doesn't really help you develop your character, it might get challenging to progress in your gameplay sessions and, let's admit it, get bored very easily. But honey, that's why you have me, Lady Drama, ready to come and help you with some ideas to give your Sims 4 characters more personality and add some drama to your save files. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll enjoy these storylines I came up with. Don't forget, the motto for this video is less about the looks and more about the personality. When you create a sim in The Sims 4, defining who this sim is can be quite challenging because, as I said before, the personality traits you get to pick aren't enough to get a complete idea of the character's backstory. So my way to go around this is to establish a vibe. Not necessarily an aesthetic vibe, but a lifestyle vibe. Once that's decided, we'll build the Sims' looks and outfits to match their background. It might sound silly, but trust me, especially after having played the game for some hours, you will need some structure to help you break whatever is your normal way of playing. Like, I always end up with family gameplay with a perfect couple, their kids, and the generations that follow, usually changing up only their looks and their interests, like their hobbies and their job. So establishing a more concrete story for my families as I'm creating them is a good way to shake things up. And honestly, this is something that can help you even when you play with games like Sims 3 or Sims 2, although I feel that in those games the impact of the Sims personalities on the gameplay is way stronger, and you just need the set of traits in different ways and then follow the prompts from the game as you play, especially in The Sims 3 with the big list of traits you get to pick from. Okay, now that I'm done throwing shade at The Sims 4, let me show you the households I came up with. I'm gonna start from these Sims over here, the Flowers household. And no, they're not florists. My level of creativity is definitely higher than Colleen Hoover's, honey.
Thank God.
The Flower family is all about peace and love. Husband Austin and wife Claudia are peaceful Sims who love to share their joy with friends and neighbors as they host flower-themed parties in their backyard. Yeah, you'll need to lock all doors of the house to stop randoms from using your kitchen, but that's doable. They live with Austin's sister, Ava, who is also an outdoor lover as she takes her laptop outside to work on her writing skills, dreaming of becoming a famous author one day. If you have cats and dogs installed, you can give them a couple of pets to take care of because I feel it matches the vibe. And of course, you can try expanding the family by having a baby and even give the baby some completely different personality traits from theirs to see how they can navigate matching their lifestyle with a challenging child. And you don't need me to tell you what to do with the Flowers family if you have base mental drugs installed, honey. You know they'll love to hit a bong before practicing painting outdoors. Next up, we have 2 households that are connected to each other, which is something I enjoy doing in The Sims 4, you know, to add some layers of storytelling to my save files. To accomplish this, what I do is create an household altogether and set their family relationship in Create a Sim to then move them to different lots with the Manage World tool. So in this family, we have Greta Marie Rose and her wife Kelly Gorga, Daniel Rosberg and his mother Lena, and a child named Nicholas. Seems random, doesn't it? Well, Let's link it all together. Greta Marie, a former tech babe, had a child with stay-on-the-couch man, Daniel, the child being Nicholas. Greta and Daniel's personalities may not look like a match, but there was somehow some chemistry between them until Greta met the love of her life, Kelly Gorga, a family-oriented, cheerful primary school teacher. So Greta Marie broke up with Daniel, who obviously packed his bags to go back to his mom's. Honestly, I don't know if there's one vibe in here because I had Greta Marie and Kelly's house to reflect mainly Greta's personality and interests, and I did the same with Lena's home, wanting it to look like a cozy old school grandma type of house. But what's fun in here is the different outcomes with this family dynamic, as Daniel and his mother need to somehow fit in Greta Marie and Kelly's life, since they all share little Nicholas and want his best interest. And I also feel that Kelly's positive and calm outlook on life is able to soothe pragmatic, hot-headed Greta Marie when she loses her patience with Daniel. I'm not gonna lie, I love family gameplay, but I feel that a dynamic such as this one will definitely bring some drama to the usual parent/children relationship. The vibe on the next household, the Portman family, is mind versus body. Yeah, that can be a vibe. I mean, why not? Teenager boy Paolo is all about working out as he wants to invest in a future athletic career. Sure, this aspiration might make him come across as a bit of a shallow guy who's very much involved with his own looks, but don't worry, because he has his older sisters to keep him grounded. Lara and Christina's vibe, in fact, is totally different. One sister being a music prodigy who spends hours practicing her skills to maybe one day make a career out of her passion, and the other sister being a total bookworm, very fast learner who aspires to become a Renaissance sim. And yes, it's a tough task to have to raise your own little brother, but in good Sims style. These Sims parents unfortunately passed away and left their offspring completely alone with little money left and bills to pay. I know, it's giving The Sims 2 drama, and I love it. Also, if you have university life installed, you can even have one of the two sisters, maybe the bookworm one, enrolled in university, as in The Sims 4, Sims can fully attend classes while living at home. That definitely makes things more chaotic because you'll be managing a self-centered teen, a uni student young adult, and you'll have only one Sim to bring some money home, possibly the one Sim who's trying a career in entertainment. And last but not least, in today's compilation of storylines ideas, obviously I had to have a family whose personality is fully based on wealth. Yeah, the vibe for the Edenfield family is old money, honey. Of course, with a family like this one, you can go motherlode crazy, and I think that's beautiful. Adam and Eva are the oldest members of the family, and they have two sons, Clark and Abel, who are both married with a family of their own. Clark is married to Megan, and their two daughters, Cecilia and Betula, are, to put it bluntly, two total divas. Some may say they got it from their mama, but that's not true at all. Megan is a good, outgoing Sim who's very involved in the community and likes to take care of her mansion's garden. Clark, on the other hand, is more of an entitled rich kid, kind of mean and kind of snobby, and he's definitely the one who passed these traits down to his daughters.
Who was she? And I said, evidently she's gone.
But let me tell you, this is really not the vibe when it comes to Clark's brother Abel, who's more of an introvert, quiet, and family-oriented Sim who has a good relationship with his parents and just tries to do his best, especially to please his hubby, Michael, who's a total party animal and just loves schmoozing with celebrities and well-known Sims. Yeah, if you have the Get Famous expansion pack, Michael is probably going to be obsessed with becoming famous enough to befriend Judith Ward, I'll tell you that. And based on the expansion packs you have installed, you can give more nuances to all these Sims who I split in 3 separate households, with Adam and Eva living in the main mansion, Clark, Megan, and their daughters in a smaller but still flashy one, and Michael and Clark in a cool modern villa, perfect to organize top-tier parties and events. Of course, you can decide to try playing with one of these households only, maybe the one that intrigued you the most, but I also think it can be fun to have them all live in the same world and kind of have different stories happening in different sides of town. You can have one side with the Flowers household and maybe some other neighbors that match their vibe to have some hippie-style rendezvous. Then, in a different side of town, you can have the Rose and Rosberg house with maybe the Portmans in the middle, and finally you can dedicate your upper-class fancy neighborhood to the Edenfield dynasty and see how things work out there. I imagine having all these families placed in Newcrest, but thinking about it, they could also work very well in a world like Oasis Spring, which has 3 very defined areas, with the wealthy part looking very much like the type of gated community where you could place the Edenfields. And I would also see the Flowers family live in a house that faces the big Oasis Spring dinosaur statue. But you try it out and let me know what happened in your own save file. I am super curious to know. I have added all these households to the gallery, and although some of their outfits or hairstyles might require extra packs, you can always download them and personalize them based on your taste and the content you already own. Just look for the hashtag Sims Drama House to find them, or add me directly on the gallery. I hope you enjoy these ideas, and let me know if you'd like for me to share the full save file that includes all the families and the houses I placed them in Newcrest. Feel free to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and don't be shy! Please do join me here at the Drama House by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Lady Drama, and I hope I'll see you very soon.